But lots of fucking fun. Is this hot?
It's not very loud though.
Oh, anybody here?
Where's James?
James, one of your guys?
No, James the sound. Like
Oh, he's drinking. Some sound guy. This is excellent. Okay.
yell into my
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This year being our 10th anniversary at Badlands Boogie, we produced some plaques for each band that are playing this year. And Shoulder High Weeds, our Tragically Hip band, they've been coming now for 6 years. Most of the bands come each year. They make it a family get-together for friends and fans. Most of the festival goers come each year. Everybody knows their name. We're thinking next year probably moving it to July 1st. There's a free pancake breakfast in Drumheller. There's an amazing parade. And the Canadian government gives oodles of money to buy fireworks. There's about 5,000 tourists come into Drumheller July 1st. And now that there's no rodeo and there's no chuck wagon races, this year we wandered around and watched them. They walk around town, they drive around, and they're shaking their heads saying, what is there to do? So we're going to fill that gap next July long weekend, and there'll be lots of people here. Shoulder High Weeds, thank you for 6 years of supporting Badlands Boogie. Now, a lot of people were asking, like, this has been 10 years, what's happening with the bridge? The first issue was that CP Rail would not talk to us. The Atlas coal mine had taken up the gauntlet, and they were working at trying to save the bridge. So every time I would phone CP Rail, they said, John, we only deal with one group. And we're dealing with the Atlas coal mine National Historic Site. We met with them last fall, and they've told us that they've got their hands full. They just don't have the time or the energy or the people to be able to take on this project. So they gave us their blessing to take on the project. Now we are setting up meetings with CPKC, and we can start in earnest. The lawyer has finished the paperwork for the new nonprofit society, East Coulee Truss Bridge Preservation Society. And there's grants we can get. First off the bat, $100,000 to start. We're going to look at corporate donations. It's probably going to be a $1 to $2 to $3 million project. There's only 2 like this bridge in all of Canada. One is in Ontario, and it's already protected. It's a Howe Truss Bridge, very unique bridge that was designed in 1848. The thing about this bridge, most of the other Howe Truss bridges were quit being built around 1905, 1910. This bridge was built in 1948, so it is surprisingly in good condition. We had some engineers talk in one of our meetings in East Coulee. They're from the States, and we had some bridge experts. And they tell us that wooden bridges actually last longer than concrete and steel. The reason they don't make wooden bridges anymore, they don't teach it in engineering school. So they learn concrete and steel, they build concrete and steel, and if you drive through Drumheller right now, you'll wait for an hour to get across the concrete and steel bridge that was built in, I believe, the 1960s, because it's concrete and steel. They cost more money to maintain. So we're hoping to do something with the bridge. Our first task is to put some signage up on the side, interpretive signage, pictures, schematics, pictures of the old bridge, that type of thing. It was a three-use bridge. It was a pedestrian bridge for the miners going across to the Atlas coal mine, and for the people living across the bridge. It was a single-lane traffic bridge, and it was a rail bridge. So it's very unique. I took transportation down when I was on council for 2 terms in Drum, and I took them to Cambria Bridge. And I said, there, nice bridge. They said, yeah, John, what's your point? Well, you've got a pedestrian sidewalk on the side of the bridge. Well, yeah, we have to. Oh, okay. So I took them to East Coulee Bridge. Okay, what is it now, John? Well, there's 25 people living across the bridge. You've got thousands of people coming to see the old Atlas coal mine museum. You've got 5 to 10 cars parked there every weekend fishing in the Red Deer, walking across the bridge. Somebody's going to get hit. Where in the hell is the pedestrian walkway? So we're hoping transportation might kick in some money. We're hoping CP Rail, they tell us it might cost $2 or $3 million to tear out the bridge. And if they give us half of that as a donation, we can, as a nonprofit, issue them a 50% tax receipt. Anyway, thanks for coming out. We're just waiting for another band. And thanks again to Shoulder High Weeds, 6 years at Badlands Boogie. The plaques list each year that each band had played the boogie. And if there is a mistake, Mr. Neil Enoch from Calgary was here printing the last of them. He will change them so they are correct if there's a misspelling or if we missed one of the years. So as we're waiting for our next band, thanks Shoulder High Weeds, Killer Karen, her and Michael here from Dr. Friday. Those two were the ones that did all the work of booking the bands, slating them in, dealing with all the bands. Thank you guys, and to be honest, without you guys, we wouldn't be here.
Nice.
We lost a lot of the volunteers. Things have happened at the last minute, but next year when we go July long weekend, you watch what's going to happen, my friends. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Three of us here have sidearms today. The fella over there has one that is a converted cap and ball pistol, revolver. Actually, they're a revolver, and it's been converted to cartridge. So what year would that be from?
This chunk of iron, 1872.
That's an actual 1872 firearm been converted from black powder, cap and ball, just like a musket, to an actual cartridge. So what we've done is we've built some cartridges today to do this show for you, and we're going to try and blow up some balloons here, and then he's going to try and break some balloons. Did you bring your dental mirror with you?
Dental mirror. Don't have a dental mirror. But
Okay. Did you rip a mirror off the side of somebody's car on the way up here?
Nope. I got me my girlfriend's compact.
Okay, but that doesn't work for the other joke.
It's got a mirror in it.
All right, he just blinded me here. Anyway, I'm going to turn my mic off so I can blow up some balloons. He's going to tell you a little bit more about the old Western cowboy days.
So, who here can tell me why the cowboy wore his pants inside his boots?
No, we gotta get back to that.
It keeps his pants out of the bullshit. Because he only had a pair. When he went into town, he wanted a good pair of pants to wear. So he'd untuck his pants from the boots and show the nice ladies in town he had clean clothes from here down. Who can tell me why there are fringes on the cowboy outfit? Sometimes you got the cowboy jacket with those fringes hanging off the end. Sorry, say that again? No, not for skeeters. No. Well, it makes him look better, but that's not the purpose of it. When you're riding in the rain, I'm going to shoot him for that. Well, before Alberta was Alberta, it was known as a territory. Okay. How many balloons you got? You got 2 yet? Come on, you're full of hot air. Anyway, getting back to the fringes. The reason why the fringes are on the jacket is if it should happen to rain, the rain would bypass the hat, and of course, go down the back of the jacket would end up wet, and fringes would wave in the wind and wick off the water. That's 2. Okay. What he's going to do is he's going to turn up his coat jacket because we're using blanks. Blanks are dangerous. Okay, so I have to, let's see, get this mirror working here and turn that hand up just a hair. Don't want to put it up the coat sleeve. Now they do say objects appear closer when they're in a mirror. So I'm going to use the mirror and the gun and do that. Okay, for those of you who missed it, the gun was over my shoulder. I used the mirror. I looked through the mirror to the sights of the gun and shot the balloon. Quit hiding that balloon. Okay, so this is another one I like to do. It's going to go upside down in my hand like this. Okay, I'm going to aim at that balloon over there. And do that. That's called trick shooting. That's what cowboys used to do when they were sitting around and they didn't have any cattle to drive. Do a little bit of trick shooting.
So that was to show you that these are real firearms. That one's from 1860.
1872.
1872?
1872.
1872?
1868.
1868. All right. And this is 1871. What do you got, Doug? He has 1873. So we're going way back with the technology, but they're just as good today as they were back then. They are dangerous. That was a demonstration of how dangerous blanks are. Those are just blanks. No bullets, no projectiles. That is just gunpowder going out and breaking the balloon. That's all it was. So this fella has also on his hip what they used to call a mare's leg. Cowboys, when they're riding a horse, didn't want a great big long rifle sometimes. So they'd cut down the firearm into a little shorter, more manageable firearm. And of course, that's a lever action. Every time he cocks that lever, it loads another chamber into the
Round into
the chamber. And then he can shoot. Now, can anybody tell me why there's short-barreled revolvers and long-barreled revolvers? Any ideas? Accuracy. Very good.
Absolutely.
So now, why would you want a short-barreled firearm? You'd want it for close combat with people who are giving you trouble. So if you wanted to be a sheriff, you'd have a short-barrel firearm because you're mainly dealing with people up close. Now, if you're out riding the range, you'd want a long-barreled revolver. Because maybe that's all you could afford was one gun. Couldn't afford the mare's leg like that rich fellow over there all dressed. Look at how well he's dressed over there. He's made of bucks, that fella.
You just might want to put food on the table.
Yeah, that's right. So to put food on the table, you put a longer barrel on the revolver, and then you can reach out a little farther, 50 yards, 100 yards. I can actually hit a pie plate, so an 8-inch circle, at 100 yards with this 7 1/4 inch barrel revolver. And that ain't bragging. Anybody could do it, as long as you can hold your hand steady. Point your finger. So that's the trick.
You done your gabbering?
I'm done my gabbering. What would you like to do?
Right, so I'm at Badlands Boogie, still at Badlands Boogie. We are out in the Badlands and we've got some bad men. He's a bad man because he's got a black hat. You're a good man because you've got a white hat. Is that right? Oh.
Mine's slightly grey.
It's dirty white. It's dirty white.
Please explain yourselves, guys. You've been doing this for 20 years. You do a Wild West reenactment thing, go around the events, and people treat you as kindly as they did today, didn't they?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know why they treat us kindly.
It's because it's part of the heritage, guys, and you're the real deal. That's probably why, I think. Tell us, right, so you're going to explain this.
This particular gun that I have disassembled used to be a black powder gun. And this end of the gun, there would be black powder nipples.
Yeah.
It would go together, fit into the frame. And
so these are single shot, those?
These are single shot firearms.
Yeah.
So this one has been converted to cartridge. So you drop the cartridges down into the chamber now. Where the nipples used to sit, there's an extra piece of steel.
Yeah.
So we slide that on there, put this all together, lock it in with the wedge.
So is there a gunsmith in town that would do this for you? You're the gunsmith.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the old black powder gun used to have a hood here and it would hit the percussion cap.
Yeah.
In order to reach the primers, they put this, if you look really close, it's very finely machined into here to fit so that it
So the blacksmith isn't going to be able to do this. This has to be a specialized gunsmith.
Yeah, it's a lot of hand filing, hand fit, make it work.
Yeah.
That's
can I look at the gun a bit?
Sure you can.
You know, I've never held a Western gun. Can I do that?
Keep it pointed at me. I know it sounds strange, but I know that's the safest that it's going to be.
Is that right?
If you start moving
My
it
fingers
away,
I
get a hold of it, right?
Yeah.
So, this gun has to be cocked before it's fired.
Right.
And right now, it's just being a little persnickety. There we go. Has to be fully cocked all the way back before it is fired. Half cock is a safety position.
Okay.
And won't allow the trigger to work.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this cowboy thing of fanning the cut to get the hammer, would anybody be able to do that?
Yes.
Is that a thing?
What you do is you hold the trigger fully back at that time, fan it.
Yeah, and that's enough to set the and move move it round in the wow. So that was a thing. I thought that was another.
You may have noticed in our gunfight, that's what I did.
Yeah.
I did that with mine. I put out 4 shots in pretty short order.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it does work.
Yeah. And you hit 2 people.
I only hit him. He shot him. So we're all good.
Fantastic, guys.
But I'm the handsome one, so I had to survive. You know.
Does he believe that?
He does. I think he truly believes it, but we don't. We don't want to break. We don't want to tell him.
You don't want to break the spell. It would spoil the show, wouldn't it?
So a bit of innovation back in the 1800s. This gun actually has a grip safety on it, and as it's opened, it ejects the casings out all through a small lever system in the hinge. When it is closed, I'll just make sure the firing pin's back there. I pull the trigger, but you won't see the cylinder rotate. Nothing's happening.
That looks to me.
Now, squeeze it. See the cylinder rotate?
I see it. Go.
I'm not going to dry fire the gun. We're just going to make sure everything's good.
That looks to me more like a military piece.
It was designed for the Wells Fargo and Pinkerton agents, as he said. They needed a hideaway gun because most of the guys come up, drop your gun, they take the holster off, they had the backup gun. And it would fit in the vest pocket or in a boot top. Or,
And this is an actual antique from back in the day.
Wow. Is that the gun or the fella?
Yes, both of them. Very good.
So what's your names, guys? Please introduce yourselves.
I'm Doug Rodenbush.
Doug Rodenbush.
Nice to meet you.
Nice waistcoat, Doug. Is that an antique from back in the day? It's a
It's
splendid
probably as
piece.
old as me, so I'm going to say yes.
And yourself,
Carl Ross.
Carl Ross.
Bob Ross.
Well, is that
These
a
guys are
is that a 10-gallon hat or just a?
No, this is only 5.5.
It's a 10-gallon head, though. I can tell.
These brothers are the driving force behind our club.
So
okay?
they're
What
brothers.
makes
I can
everything
see
happen.
that.
I'm just here to look good.
Tell us about the club itself. Is there more people
Yes,
involved when
we
you
have
need it?
14 actual members,
Yeah.
and we have about anywhere from 6 to 10 that are actually involved in doing shows
Yeah.
throughout the year. We do a bunch of different shows. We
Yeah.
do rodeos. We do,
Excellent.
of course, the Calgary Stampede has had us in doing things. Football games, they have us in helping cheer the crowd along during football games sometimes. And we've done even intimate things like backyard weddings, birthday parties, and things like that.
Wonderful.
So we've been doing it for 20 years.
And where'd you find your
2004.
link? There'll be a link on the internet. Best way of
Well,
finding
we
it?
are on Facebook actually as
Excellent.
the Old West
You're
Raiders.
going to lose some of your dollars.
I always lose some of that in every show.
I think I may have.
Yes, there you
I
go.
have one of our business cards
That's
here that you're
fabulous.
welcome to.
Old West Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. You know where to find them.
Yeah.
They're
Look
here.
us up on Facebook. Easiest place to find us. Shoot us a message. We'll be happy to talk to you.
Shoot your message.
He picked that up really quick, didn't he?
Brilliant. I'm sending this out to my good friend Johnny Pod, who lives in Cornwall, England. Looks a bit like yourself. He would aspire to having the weaponry. I know that they have a Wild West town in Cornwall, and they do reenactments in Cornwall as
Well, we
well. My
wouldn't
brother
mind
gets
going
involved.
over and.
I'm going to hook you up. And there's, I know, eh? And we'd run a festival as well. I'd have you there to do our stage for us. There's a Wild West reenactment group in Elgin in the Highlands as well, and they've built themselves a little
I've heard of
compound.
them. I have a friend that lives out there.
And there's a friend of mine that does some acting. He's made a movie out there as well. So
Right on.
yeah, I'll get you guys hooked up. Maybe
wonderful.
who knows what would happen. Yeah, the love of the old west, and I tell you what, this scenery. Without,
Isn't it amazing?
yeah, this must. I mean, the Badlands. You get from the
name.
movies.
Yeah.
You get the impression this is where they would hole up if they were.
This is actually where it is.
Yeah,
And what a lot of people don't realize when you look at the hills, the
Yeah.
different layers
yeah.
are thousands of years apart.
And that's where they're finding the dinosaurs.
Yes.
there.
Yeah.
And they'll be able to put a time on the findings as well. Yeah, it just looks like the dinosaurs should be roaming free, as well as the hombres.
I mean, you don't
Yeah.
have dinosaurs right here.
Yeah. Well, thanks guys. It's been a joy meeting you, and it's a lovely thing to
Absolutely, my
do.
friend.
Yeah, you keep it going. It's fabulous. Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
John Barry Graham, how you got a hold of us?
but John Barry Graham. Yeah, tell us where you guys met him.
This fella can tell you more. He introduced us to him.
Yeah, I actually have a friend who is John's nephew.
Right.
And
Okay.
he's wondering, are you missing a phone?
Check.
Are you missing a phone?
So we're just backstage at
Somebody has a phone, we got a
Badlands
phone out there.
Boogie on the stage. Somebody will miss it as soon as they get the internet.
Check. Test. 1, 2,
But
2, 2.
yeah, no, I met him through his nephew, Robin.
Yeah.
And it was a great time. And honestly, probably one of my favorite memories was we had a big hot tub party on the roof of a hotel in Calgary. We won't get too deep into that, but it was fun.
Yeah.
The pool was only 4 foot deep.
That's as deep as you can get.
Yeah, we don't want it any deeper than that. It got deeper when John and I got in. Okay. But yeah, no, he's a great guy. He's an absolute card. He's fun to be around.
Yeah.
He's just a life of a party. But yeah, we've been coming out here for a number of years now, and we've enjoyed it all the time. We used to do these shows out of Picture Butte, about his property up there,
Okay.
and we moved down here a couple
Is
of
that
years
up
ago.
on the
Yeah.
higher country?
Yeah. So we're actually looking down into the ravines like this. And it was just absolutely beautiful there. It's lovely here too. I mean, the scenery is fantastic. It doesn't matter how many times I come down here, it warms my heart every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. And the thing about this is the layers, as well as the layers of
Yeah.
of
Sedimentary. Yeah.
geology,
Yeah.
the layers of heritage in this area. And a lot of that is to do with John as well,
Yeah,
isn't it? He's
absolutely.
managed.
His family's been around here for
Yeah.
100 and some odd years now,
Yeah.
I think, something like that.
And have managed to keep-
several generations on this farm. Yeah.
Yeah, and they managed to keep it the way it should be,
Yeah.
as it was.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again. Thanks for your time, and we're out of here. We're at Badlands, and it's what's the name of the actual place? East Coulee.
East Coulee Truss Bridge
Wood-
is what the fundraiser.
I'm going to go and have a
to
look
try
at the
save
bridge
that.
before too long.
Oh, I took a drive up there on the way in here today. And
Yeah.
It's the first time I've actually gone right up to the bridge.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Some really old work there, I'll tell
It's
you.
a trestle bridge, and it's
Yeah.
one of the that's
It's
one
I
of
believe
two.
It's either
It's
the
still,
last or one of two left in Canada.
yeah, and they would have shipped coal back and forward
Yeah,
down there at
yeah,
one time.
exactly.
Yeah, that's where we are. We're in coal country up in the Alberta Badlands. Goodness me,
Absolutely.
how did I find my way here?